Mortgage rates just broke 6%. Yes, 5.99%. And what's even more important than the number is that they seem to be holding steady. So if you're thinking about buying, refinancing, downsizing, or repositioning real estate in 2026, this matters. So, when it comes to things in general, as of February 27th, Mortgage News Daily is showing 30-year conforming fixed at 5.99%, 15-year fixed at 5.6%, 7/6 SOFR ARM is about 5.3, jumbo 30-year fixed at 6.26%. And keep in mind here in Santa Barbara, we see more of those jumbos. So remember, these are averages assuming strong credit, 75% or lower loan to value, and some point cost, but the trend is real. We're finally seeing some stability at or below 6%, and that stability is powerful. This matters because when rates stabilize, buyers gain affordability, refinancers reduce cost of borrowing, lenders compress margins, and confidence returns. And right now, we are seeing across the board the lowest buyer confidence that we've seen in a very, very long time. But confidence is key because it's what fuels a healthy market. Nationally and here locally in Santa Barbara, this spring is shaping up to be pretty positive for real estate aspirers and current homeowners. There's also talk of potential Fed rate cuts. One Fed governor mentioned the possibility of a 4/4 point cut this year, a full percent lower by year end. The probability of at least a 0.5% reduction by December is currently over 78%. But here's what people miss. Mortgage rates, price and expectations. And that means that part of these projected cuts are already being baked into today's rates. So the translation of that is we're likely moving in the right direction and there may still be room to drop further. So now that we've got that ironed out, here's the real story about home prices. If you are still waiting for a housing crash in 2026, most of the country is not seeing that. Home prices are rising in all but 9 states. Florida is down 2.75% year over year. Phoenix and Dallas are also down about 1.5% actually. And the reason is oversupply. But nationally, that's not the case. The FHFA house price index shows that prices are up 1.8% nationally year over year. Purchase mortgage applications are up 12% from last year. And that tells us that buyers are watching rates closely and they're stepping back in. So in terms of your spring strategy, what should you do? If you haven't refinanced yet, consider a no-cost refinance if possible. Lower your rate now if you can. Be positioned to refinance later, again, if rates fall further. And if they don't, you're still better off today. And if you're thinking of buying, especially here in Santa Barbara, you've got to get pre-approved now because clarity beats chaos and prepared buyers win in spring markets, especially the market here in Santa Barbara, where we have very low supply. And if all these buyers from the sidelines are suddenly coming in, it's going to drive prices even further up. So one more thing that I want to just throw in here, and it has to do with crypto of all things. I'm excited about this because we now have a mortgage solution for clients who hold significant cryptocurrency. Historically, if you had to liquidate crypto to qualify, which triggers potential tax consequences, but that's no longer the case with RateFi. So for certain clients, crypto can now be considered without forcing liquidation. That's a game changer for a segment of buyers who've been sitting on the sidelines as well. So the headline here isn't just rates broke 6%. Or rates are breaking the internet or whatever you want to call it. The real story is stability, direction, momentum. Rates are trending lower. Buyers are re-engaging. Prices are holding, especially in Santa Barbara. This market has only historically gone up. There have been periods of time in the past, and we can get into this, where Santa Barbara kind of flatlines, but very rarely does it dip. And the real story is prices hold, and if anything, they go up. So this spring could reward those who move strategically, not reactively. And if you want to understand how this applies specifically to your home, your equity, or your purchasing power here in Santa Barbara, we've got to build that plan. I'm Melissa Tierney. This one's Jack. I'm Santa Barbara real estate planner and senior transition specialist. I help families to build, protect, and transfer their generational wealth through real estate. Message me plan so we can look at your next move.